Machine. I've got Sponge with me for Nuke. Bit of a weird one in that veto, huh? I mean, like the whole death segment, they rightfully point fingers at Inferno and the weaknesses that it possesses in Team Spirit's core, and we're going to be seeing ENCE start off on the T side.
It's just crazy. I don't think Spirit would have picked Inferno against ENCE, and the fact that they've basically thrown that one away early there. But regardless, let's focus on the nukes of the world. Molly towards top
bloody
hunt.
Julies. Something about it. Chopper dipping out quickly, not interested in the action as he starts to descend. Good pick, first found. Diha descending. And they should have access to get that bomb down. Now it's on the back of Spinks. He's already punching in the numbers now. It's Snappy's responsibility to corral from Vents. Man disadvantage, but bomb down. Pretty much calls it level.
No kit for this.
Armored Julies. Off you got, Magic's Doto. Probably not gonna be too interested in re-peeking, but they force the fight, love the boost, and they've got so much time to find these remaining two. He's still hiding in the vents. Is Snappy. Spinks needs a clean one, and Magic's is not letting that happen. The Juggernaut setup, and it will be a Spirit pistol.
Yeah, not really planted for old Snappy there, trying to come back around the decon, as you can see, under the railing. Not easy to fight through that little doorway. And a successful retake without the defuse kit. So Spirit off to a good start. Now, I was off the Spirit hype train because I set my expectations for this team coming out of the break with all the FPL that was being played from these guys, meant to be hitting the ground running with individual form, blowing some big names out of the water and getting a top spot within the group. Now, I set my expectations very high for Spirit. In terms of them going up against an ENCE, this is a game where most people coming into Pro League would have had Spirit as the favorite. With ENCE taking down Astralis yesterday in a 2-0 fashion, I think that might have wavered a little bit. And I think with the map pool, I think everybody would have been thinking ENCE could grab this one. But now with the veto going skew-if.
Hey, that's a dream. I mean, on your second round force to have got a Tech-9 down the vent uncontested. A lot of power for Spinks. He actually wants to go topside. It's a great setup so far. Magic would have to cause a bit of a kerfuffle, and has. He did get Molotov down, but look at this. Magic's really not letting this place go. Still holding on to that top side. Dia's locked out and hunted down. Chopper with the reaggress, and the CT's comfortable now.
This is looking very good for Spirit. Oh, Hades. Off one head, and he's currently under the line of sight of Mir, but Dexter will get that kill. Bit of a jump scare moment right there, as it will just be Snappy, 12 HP, a Tech-9, and 3 to find. Gap through the HUD is being pipped for a matter of time. The Dug lands, but it's not enough. Chopper picks up the kill, and that will be 2-0. Now, some housekeeping I want to get out of the way early here for everybody at home. You pronunciation justice warriors, I know. You're listening here, and I said Hades. Now, I messaged him on Twitter, like I did with Flames. Remember in the start, we asked him, was it Flames or was it Flamesy? And he was like, Flamesy. And then we did a whole day of Flamesy, and then he said, actually, can it just be Flames? Flamesy doesn't sound as good. Now, Hades, for those of you who don't too familiar with mythology, is the god of the underworld.
Yeah, brother of Zeus.
And in the language that we expression, it is pronounced Hades, and I messaged him and I said, is that fine? Is that cool? And he said, yeah, sounds good. So Hades it is. As
opposed to pronouncing it like Hades, which I'm sure English people pronouncing it like we were Polish would be weird.
But he has lived in the, well, what did he say? Something about him since he was 7?
Yeah, he spent a lot of his childhood in the UK, I think.
So the flag is a bit like the Mantu flag.
Yeah, gang. And I was, you just reminded of, you know, Mantu's story arc when I saw him commenting on Config's recent news as well.
The
you
whole
know,
wrist situation.
Just talking about hand injuries and how to approach recovery and the mental hoops he's going to have to jump through in his road to recovery. Mantu just making it really clear that especially with hand and wrist, you've just got to give it the time.
Sure.
And not try and push it and force it, which I'm sure Config will be tempted to do with his competitive mindset and the way he's taking it. He's vocalized that, you know, he feels, for lack of a better term, bad. We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Feeling silly about it.
It's
and,
just
complexity fielding a stand-in.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You're gonna have all this time where you cannot do the one thing that you want to do. And it's normally one of those things that we all do when we're injured or feeling down or a little bit sick. But let's take a look into the first gun round here. Big gap in the yard smoke there. Have to keep an eye if that was a forced or an unforced error due to a Molotov. But
big is a bit of a stretch, don't you think? I mean, okay. Mir's got enough to definitely find a glimmer of anyone across. They haven't managed to do so yet. But Snappy's in main. and no word from Mir. They picked the gap, 2 for 2 trades so far. Numbers favor them briefly. It looks like Dexter had a chance. He's thought better of the nade. He'll drop the one-way instead. And that should provide the extinguish.
Getting hot.
Yeah, it's very, very hot. 29 HP.
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
Does it rhyme with shave?
Yeah, best friends with the cave. But maybe not, actually. Molly in the hands. Smoke fades. He goes down, and now definitely that 4-letter word. And it's not love, the one that you're all scared to say. It's save. We got no problem with that here. As Hades, apparently he does. He's on the hunt.
I didn't sign up to be personally attacked on this broadcast chat.
I'm trying to get better at it, just saying it to my parents.
Yeah, it's a good place to practice.
Yeah, it's an easy one. It's a safe one.
It is.
Oh, and that is not safe at all. CT spawn.
Run, Dexter, run!
Not the place he'll be holding onto that AWP. Now, money, it's good for 4. Mir is a little bit broke. He will need to invest himself, maybe get an MP9 as that gets purchased on in. And no defuse kit as SDY, as I say it, grabs one. Couple smokes, couple mollies. They have everything they need for a competitive round here, Spirit. 5 AKs out for ENCE. So let's see the approach here. How does Snappy want to get into the next round of play? Door blown off. Signal that they could bolster out Squeaky, and here they come.
Wow, he's so quick. Straight through. Doesn't even hesitate. Runs straight through. The trades are there. It's all Hades. Hades with 3. He provides. He's the only reason ENCE have pulled this round into an even keel, and they wanted to send the vent. I like that. They know there's still chaos going on up top. Hades responsible for the plant. Chopper will acknowledge this, and this is going to be a hard cross. He makes it clear that he's holding the line. The smoke should enable a safe passage to that bomb plant. Dexter's fast and hot on their heels as well.
This is about to get really, really spicy.
It's going to be Spinks, right? Like, he has a smoke. He'd love to be dropping that doors or even ramp.
Oh, he's pushed up.
Okay, smoke is up. They're hunting him. Dexter would have to make a sound cue to hunt dark. And here they go. Spinks, chance, Chopper reacts. They are low, but Hades even lower. It needed an ace clutch. Chopper denies. And that one's gone a little south for ENCE. Felt like they got a lot of the heavy lifting done off the back of Hades there. Spinks might be a little hard done by not providing one.
Yeah, if he got one there, then that was on. They're able to play off of each other. But falling shy of that one there at the scoreline 4-1. Now it was a brute force fashion here onto the top side. And we get to see this. All the players either kept busy by smokes, mollies, there's flashes. The trades were good. The drop to the lower side, it felt good as well, but Chopper was there in time to respond from ramp, and that slowed things down to allow Dexter to get in position. They couldn't evacuate back through the doors and play the post plant, but they will get the force out. Hades into the big green. A Galil for Diha, who was a monster yesterday against Astralis. And Spirit, well, SDY has to operate with the Mag 7, so they do get the purchase back out. Noisy again on top of main, behind red, flashing fast. Snappy is loving the pace here, but he goes down again. Mia with the opening exchange. Dexter, wild taps from heaven. And we're quickly into a 4-on-4. Boost here. Clear out that stairwell and see if anybody resides on the other side. But with the X-ray, you can see everybody from Team Spirit currently on the upper deck. SDY can respond down that vent. That's very quiet scenes. Light utility to make this lower play work. Smoke, molly, and a flash. Door will swing open. That smoke will get lobbed on out. That will give passage to the back of the bomb box. But meanwhile, Team Spirit have been working on some information of their own.
So they'll at least get this bomb down. Magix and his partner in crime walking into this crossfire. Diha should be responsible for this. Oh, lovely hold the tight line. Magix trade. SDY kept honest. Magix really with it all to do at this point. Dexter too low, and they're both there. Oh, it could very well have been the double. Dexter surely not going to try anymore now. With 10 HP, he'll back up and accept that this will be ENCE's second. So, I mean, considering how close ENCE have been even in defeat, this just felt like a matter of time.
All right. Well, this could stay close, you know. Bomb going off, lost bonus. Bottom of the barrel right here for Spirit. So they don't have a lot of residual to work with, but you're in that situation where it's double eco territory anyway. So if they want to invest, and they do, Scout immediately equipped for Dexter. He's going to drop that AK across, and now the rest of them have to have a discussion about who's going to get what. Who do they feel is in the most important position to have that AK-47? Currently in the hands of SDY. Mir's bought himself a FAMAS here. Magix is able to equip one as well, so they are taking this time out and using those 30 seconds very wisely. Chopper down to the P250. It's not the best of buys, but it's definitely not the worst. Let's see how far they can make this saved AK go. And if the pace continues from ENCE, because Snappy's clearly, he's got some ants in his pants here this afternoon. I was going to say this morning, and I think it's about 5 p.m. right now.
We are living in our little black box of isolation.
I've been up since 6 a.m. as well, so I should know it's not the morning. Flashes towards top, and yeah, the pace is still there. Dodo, down the vent.
Uncontested. He's got the bomb on his back as well, and they'll even take one for good measure. SDY kept honest. Dexter actually finds the headshot on that scout for the last tail end of that descent. Diha traded. And outside yard is Mir. Lovely find. He's walked on up.
That is a big kill. That's actually going to unravel a lot of things here. The fact that ENCE are even considering going back up that vent, that would be their demise.
What's deterred them from the lower site? I mean, at the moment, it's just held from ramp with a P250.
Yeah, I don't... Well, now they're kind of out of options, right? Because they want to get back to help out towards the upper side of things, but it's going to be no easy feat. Hades has the AWP. He's not going to be extremely mobile here, and he needs to hope that they step into his crosshairs. So
this is good. You smoke lower side, that's surely going to force some rotations, or at least Chopper to commit to the site a bit.
Yeah, they need somebody to go down the vent here. That molly is selling it even more so. Oh, and that was it. Hades had to make that kill. This round is looking over now. They have to go into the lower side. That smoke will start fading shortly. Dodo has another one to throw on down, but they're just going to get mobbed by 4.
Yeah, this one kind of fell apart for ENCE, and this was as you discussed, double eco territory. Spirit have chosen to force, and it's come real easy. He's even faking it out.
Gotta get that down. They need the money.
Not going to be an easy one. Spinks would have to have a real pop-off here. And he's pushing on up. Similar positions where shortcomings arrive. Doto, very necessary on the headshot. Spinks can close the gap. His responsibility is decon. Dexter still a problem. And Doto needs a very quick headshot.
Oh!
That's exactly what we're talking about. Cooking up trouble. Doto with the clutch for ENCE and some stunning shots as well.
Jeez, that was crispy work right there. He was under so much pressure.
The Dexter frag, like if he didn't get it then, he's catching 70 bullet to the belly.
But check back these shots that he hits, right? He doesn't panic. You know, like players would like shoot in a couple of extra bullets. This is all tappy, it's all quite crisp. You know, these are bursts. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at the pivot there on that final frag. Lovely stuff, and Spirit. Well, that was theirs to grab. They worked so hard. They forced ENCE into the awkward situation, and it gets taken away from them like that. So now we will see this eco.
It fell apart, dude. I mean, this was supposed to be the conversation of, oh, ENCE letting it slip twice already in the opening stages of their T campaign. Not to be. Doto says, no, I got you boys. Let's get ourselves a 4-4, and it should just be a walk in the park.
He's meant to be one of the supportive elements of the team as well, right?
Oh,
you know,
man.
he's meant to be there with Snappy, throwing the nades, getting it done. You're meant to have Spinks, Hades, and Diha as your big fraggers. Oh, dearie me. Okay, well, this should be the 4-4. Scores on the doors momentarily should be tied on up. And again, they just ravage through this top side. Not going great for Snappy there. Immediately goes down, but Spinks mops up some of the mess. Some things coming out. It's getting dangerous. 2v2. Okay.
Gosh, guys.
This is really rough, this fast stuff.
It's a bit rough around the edges. It's a little rough around the edges.
It's my type of counter. Like, I enjoy this. Furia love this. But you can see the risk versus reward, right? Like if you go out and you just win all your fights and you're ready for everything, nobody goes down, and part of that daisy chain as you hit the site, yeah, all good. But as soon as you start losing one or two, and now your attention, let's say third guy, your focus is meant to be main, you got someone who's meant to be focusing heaven, as soon as people slowly get taken away from that, you're now all swiveling around, bullets to the back of the head, those pesky USPs. But regardless, here we go. Round 9, AWP out for Dexter, SDY, everybody's favorite SMG. Not fantastic for Chopper either on a FAMAS, so keep those eyes in mind here as Mir's not up close and personal with any yard aggression this time around, just was playing from main. I don't envy main players' jobs. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah, standing as Mir does and being expected and cleared by tier 1 players while you're holding that angle. Ew. So it's a potent spot Dexter's holding, but smokes are designed to nullify. They even throw their own incendiary, I believe, to ensure safe passage. I think he might have caught a glimpse, or at least has a suspicion. Nothing spotted, no trigger pulled. And 3 members, make it 4, going for a yard take here from ENCE. So another look out of their style. Oh, Khmer jumped on Doto with more high impact. Dexter will find the first, but there's a chance he walks into the AWP there, and Hades can't believe his luck. He's been given the pick. Maintains the man advantage, and they can go anywhere they want. Just for my own morbid curiosity, Rush, can we see how Spinks is holding lobby? He's not.
Wow.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, so just next time I'm asked to hold lobby, this is acceptable.
Yeah, you just have to say, listen, boys, when we come back, they can be everywhere.
SDY, 1 for 1. They have the low site now. The rotate will have to come in. No one from Spirits moved a muscle. Snappy can go either way.
Yeah,
looks like he wants to go top. And it's left them the bomb. If Hades doesn't hit this, no, Magix has ruined them. Spinks forced to come up clutch. Chopper's in the off angle. Does he have the control?
Jesus.
He does not. And ENCE let that one slip away. They had an open runway in the 2v2.
Expecting the rotation, expecting the heavy rotation
From
towards
what? From the
lower
Snappy
side.
frag?
Yeah, they're just expecting everyone to go down, and that's not the case. Spirit are just standing and waiting. This was good from Doto. Now, on the swing here, he's done his job, and it was also a pretty nice shot here from Dexter, you can see. Hades mops up any mess that we think might be in play, but yeah, they've just taken the bomb to Spirit. It's a free delivery right there, and Magic's, well, sure, they weren't easy kills to hit. It gets them across the line. And it's still a pretty rough-looking buy for Spirit, isn't it? You've got the auto shotgun out for SDY, a scout for Dexter, and 2 FAMASes. So I can understand the ENCE force buy in this scenario. They can really continue the CT-sided woes. An AK for Deha, an AK for Spinks. Isn't this such a crazy roster, this ENCE team, right? Like, a year ago, how many of these names were people familiar with? Deha, you could argue a little bit. He was playing with Snatchy. I think it was over there in Ago. Doto, unless you were paying attention to Harville, I don't think you would have known. Hades and Spinks, they're definitely on the peripheries right there. But back we go, just another brute force into top. They really love these hits. Oh, and they can't even deal with SDY.
Yeah, Magix again with his just constant double. Whoa, damn. Dexter catches him through the box. Snappy was fully hidden. Doto does well to get the bomb down. Shotgun at this range won't be fun. You can see he's kind of, I got a bit of a Sophie's choice between shotgun and D. That'll do better. AK-47, where he's not only gotten the weapon, he's gotten away. He's gone for an ambitious angle over that smoke. Counting on his teammate to find Mir. Good contribution. Another drop through, though. He's not looking for him. Dexter does go down.
Huge.
More from Doto. And only Mir. No time for this one. He's lost his teammates. Just pulled out of the server by that AK. Doto does it all.
They started with the 2 opening kills going against them. So they got the space, right? I think that's one of the things as well. When you're throwing bodies on the line like ENCE with these faster maneuvers, if you're losing the first 2 kills, but you get the space, right? You get into the site, you're able to then trade after you've fortified better positions. From there, the script can be flipped quite easily. And these force by wars are going to continue back and forth. That was a nice shot there from Dexter. And I think it's going to be better here from Doto. Just, he's staying calm. He's not panicked whatsoever, and his impact has been felt in this one. Round number 11, SMG's pistols forced by for Spirit and Mir up close towards Yard this time round. He's hearing all of this.
Yeah, this is going to really, I mean, if They don't have one person responsible for this.
Lobby and killed Sphinx. Oh.
They've even killed Doto as well.
Oh.
Don't get the trade. Mir gets away.
Oh.
ENCE dropping like
This is
flies.
messy.
This is supposed to be against the anti-force. Snappy just about keeps it competitive. Dexter could flank at any moment here.
Oh, he is so quick.
Yeah, it's very quick. And just as they
Hello,
look away,
boys.
just as they're lining up smokes and nades, he's behind them both.
They're not ready for this.
No, they're not. And Chopper's already going to cause chaos. As soon as Chopper has any contact, that flank can come in. Snappy would surely not be considering this. And there's the element of surprise. Hades to come up clutch. They're so low. He should have a good shot at this. They just need a bullet each. And it's not enough. Dexter just strafes out. Crosshair in the right place. Hades going to be feeling a little remiss after that one. Felt like he had more to contribute.
Yeah, he's had a couple of attempts, especially I think in Mirage, their opening series. He had a couple of clutch attempts in that one. Had, you know, 2 or 3 good kills and was unable to close out the sequence. But this will just continue. And this is a crazy pace. This is an insane pace coming out of Snappy with a lot of these calls. Loving the top hits, the fast secret plays, the jumping off silo, rapping towards heaven. You wonder if that's just going to be the case for the rest of the half. Now, the rest of the half is not very long by any means. About to go to round number 12. Jeez, Dexter.
See this from his POV. Yeesh, straight to the dome. Very quick execution, great aim from Dexter, one of the individuals that I think has had quite the most stylish come up, as in like he's basically been forged a name for himself through his own highlights.
Yeah, what was it? We're talking, it's over probably a year ago now, but right, we were seeing him just decimating online for his team, and then he's replaced iDisbalance on this Spirit roster. And iDisbalance, it's not that he was a bad AWPer, it's just that his impact is nowhere near what Dexter's is, especially consistently. Now, Dexter did have that patch where he dropped off. I think he regained some form in Cologne, and it looks like he's carrying that through here after the player break as well. Always excited to see more of him. And that's the thing, you talk about him, you talk about Mia, who's been in some fantastic form as well. Those are 2 huge names. Magic's very sharp. Great little entry fragger. You kind of expect big things for this Spirit roster.
Good incendiary. They're ahead of it. Just singes the toes of Hades, but the smoke will be there to stop him. Ooh, careful now. That's not bad. They heard the sound as well, so they know there's a body awaiting them on the other side of the smoke. Magic's will slide away, as will ENCE's plans. See something. He's working with a small gap. Molotov doubts. He's open the doors. He's doing everything he can. Snappy's just better. Chopper's the only member down here to defend and stop this plant. And if he doesn't do anything, we might just see the Team Spirit boys opt for the save.
Bomb has been planted.
Chopper doesn't provide anything. And neither does Dexter. Doto's up to his old tricks.
His impact has been insane. Absolutely insane. Those 2 kills win another round. So let's chalk 3 of the gun rounds out of the 6 rounds in total that ENCE have so far with Doto's impact. He has his name all over these. And like I've mentioned it once already, he's not one of the players you're expecting to do that from this squad. So if every day somebody different shows up and puts numbers in for ENCE, that's great. That is great. Bomb's about to go off. AKM4 to be saved.
It was the Hades show against Astralis.
Yeah, him and Diho are having some good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good rounds,
especially on that third. But in the interview afterwards, Trace asked a great question. He was like, "Did you even, imagine that you'd be saying, oh, I played Astralis, never mind beat Astralis this year?" And he said, "No." Like, just the speed by which he's gone from attempting to become a professional to wearing the jersey, sitting at home, beating Astralis is ridiculous. It's incredibly, what's the word, motivating and inspiring.
I'm just having a look right here. This was only in June that he was, the signing was completed, right? So it's all happened very, very quickly. And this whole ENCE capitulation, that happened over a longer period of time. Obviously, we saw the wheels falling off after Alexi B got removed. But to have the Finnish org with 1 Finn, make it 2 if we include the coach, it's been a wild year.
Doto, the Finnish esports player for the Finnish esports organization.
Fragging up a storm right now. Well, Team Spirit have never really, they've had one eco, one full eco, right? The rest have either been forces or saved gun rounds, so they're keeping it as competitive as can be.
Why does this just feel like a guaranteed SDY shot? That shotgun is just potent at the right range, and there's nothing better than this corner. Ouch. Blood splattered all over the lower side.
He's been playing some danger zone.
And here they come. Top 8 into Deagles. It's a recipe for a disaster. Magix is a problem. He's hit another shot. Spink's looking the wrong way. Too many targets. ENCE starting to lose men too fast. Doto
Not again, mate. Not again.
Is he going to save them?
Come on now.
It's Hades and Doto. Maybe we shouldn't be writing him out just yet. Hard shot. Magix is so quick. Doto with the 1v3. Ace clutch required. He's into the shotgun, and SDY is having none of it. Spirit, they're so threatening, regardless of the weaponry in their hands.
Yeah, this game has just been the force by wars. Really, it has. Neither team has been able to establish a big bank. Both have just been buying in when they're around this exact level where ENCE are right now. So buy, Snappy's dropping guns, Hades can buy himself. So they're just going to keep playing this style of Counter-Strike, and this delivers, right? This is entertaining. This is what we talk about as a bit of a slobber knocker, punch after punch. If you take a look at the rounds, the most that anybody has won in a row so far is 3.
Yeah.
That was Spirit out the gates, and then ENCE had their foray doing the same a little bit later. But it's been, for the last, what are we talking here, 5 rounds back and forth.
It's like, so those last 5 rounds, it's like when you see fighters kind of look at each other and say, you want to go? You want to just start swinging?
Yeah.
They just windmill at each other. Both teams windmilling right now. He has found the opening frag, and it's Snappy's Tech 9. You told me he's a bit of a fan of the Tech 9.
Yeah, he loves it.
Good God, I mean, I saw Magis made that Tech 9 look very convincing when he got 2 taps on 2 ramp players from the bomb in our previous Nuke game. Maybe the Tech 9's having a bit of a full resurgence.
I think you just have to take your time with it.
Yeah.
You know, just take your time with it.
It's a tappy pistol now.
Yeah, don't try and use it how we used to on Cage, where just 5 guys appear out A main and just,
I
you know,
hated that.
take your time a little bit, just a little bit. And we're
Tech
back.
9's second rounds.
Well, we've gone back again. So let's just take a look at this, right? If we go back, what round number would this one here have been? This would have been round number 7. Okay, ENCE win around round number 7, then back to Spirit, then back to ENCE, back to Spirit, back to ENCE, back to Spirit, and now back to ENCE.
I love Chopper's position to actually punish the hunt. He's 10 HP, dude. He's 10 HP, Hades. Just put 1 bullet on him. 1!
There we go, guaranteed.
He'll take the AWP for his own use.
Thank you greatly. Maybe it's just been the same AWP passed around a bunch of times because the money hasn't been great to continuously get those out.
Well, it does mean that ENCE have managed to win this jostle for power in our first half, and they could very well be taking the lead coming out of their T side.
We got any funky weapons coming in though? Nothing. Okay. No shotguns, nothing. SDY this game, he's using it. He's used SMGs, he's used the auto shotgun, he's used a Mag 7. Jack of all trades out here today.
Oh, we're seeing more and more players on like map by map basis just forgo the rifle for their teammates.
Yeah, like Boomage.
Yeah.
Sanji. The list goes on. Well, this is a change. They're not just rushing top or rushing down secret. They're actually taking some yard control and waiting because Team Spirit, with these pistols, need to claw back a little bit of info. They know what they've lost.
Patience is a virtue. And you can see the virtuous Doto.
Once extinct. Now very much alive.
Virtuous Doto. Just weird combinations of words, but they do sound believable.
Yeah, people would say we are speaking some form of English language. I don't know which one. The Queen would not be happy, but is she ever?
4-man re-aggressive secret stairs. I'm trying to like theory craft how this goes wrong for ENCE, and I can't really find a way.
Nobody's looking as they're all trying to mantle up heaven, and the Deagle's just a firing squad in the back.
Everyone hits the 1 click.
Boom, boom, boom.
But they've gone main, unfortunately, so
Crisis
no
averted.
real threat. Even a smoke for good measure.
Oh, that's perfect.
And even Snappy up heaven to have a little glance, and oh, bloody hell! Mir's not interested in that. That will get them a little high alert.
They're going around to heaven as well, so they have this flashbang they can work off from SDY, and that's about it. Might just be a flash and go here. That molly going to hold them at bay for a little bit longer towards heaven. SDY running over quickly to line this flash up, so here we go. This is it. Everybody about to run through that molly. Oh, and they're flashed off as well. They have to go. They have to go.
This is it. No time for anything else. Last round and a half. Yep, running into the meat grinder that is the AKs, the AWP, and it's all ramped up. 8. ENCE will take it. They win their T-half here on Nuke. And this is ENCE's pick. They've demonstrated exactly why. Convincing stuff. Spirit versus ENCE continues in just a moment.
Hey Future Pros! I saw Big doing a nifty little boost on Nuke during the European Minor Open qualifiers, so I thought I'd quickly show you all how to recreate it. To do this boost, you'll need 2 Future Pros and 1 AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be acting as the stool. It's important work and your contribution is appreciated. Run over and hop onto the far left railing and crouch down. When Future Pro 2 is on your head, stand when they jump and then just chill out. Future Pro number 2, you will get to have all the fun. Follow Future Pro 1 and get onto their head using the close railing. Jump again to allow your stool to stand. Now aim towards this gap and line yourself up so this railing lines up with the edge of the direct close wall. Position your scope so you're aiming just below the painted blue section. Then fire your AWP when the timer is just about to change from 148 to 147. Here you can see the exact moment when CSN made his shot. And that's it. With a bit of luck and a willing teammate, I'm sure you can hit this shot at least 1 in every 100 rounds. Good luck.
Yeah, definitely going to be feeling very good about the first half, and especially Doto. Seeing a Finn smile is enough to have a demonstration of just how good that first half must have felt for Doto. Top of the scoreboard and absolutely slaying. Impact all over the shop. 16 frags to his name, and he saved ENCE in a manner of different ways.
Oh.
And that's Hades, of course, newest addition to ENCE. This international roster, the Finnish esports organization, are once again stepping into the fray up against Team Spirit. This time on the defense. Double Kimbo pistols are out, and already SDY and Mir are handing out headshots. What, is this just why SDY plays with the door?
Where was Spinks?
Oh, it didn't check his corner, and there's the quickest pistol we've had on Nuke. There we go.
But Spinks was main, and I think he got glocked. Like insta-glocked.
Insta long-range glocked.
Like,
we saw a super long-range glock in the Astralis game as well against the Bears. Remember that? Like, it was like second mid to apps.
oh yeah, where they dropped the nades in on Junior. That's right. Yeah. That all happened very quickly, and
And Mir go kill is the strat. Put a P250 on him and go shoot.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thought maybe after that one, and I couldn't quite work out what the tone of the bell in the boxing ring is. It's like ding ding, but I think it's not as high pitched. Anyway, we're simulating the top rushes again. Out Spirit go, and this time, well, not a lot of resistance whatsoever. Completely stuck outside of the site. Dodo's about to find himself dead through the smoke. There it is, and well, now it might just be a save. That happened very quickly again. All right, I like this. At least it's fast. This is what we would traditionally say, you know, a very scrimmy game, but when you take a look at it, there's still the details behind it. Utilities there. I don't hate the fast pace. I think we've all had more than enough of the slow crawls down to the 20 seconds with the saves and the bomb gets planted.
So yeah, if you had to choose a CIS team to support, Spirit's definitely one of the quicker variety.
And I don't mind some of their merchandise.
Nor I, yeah.
Everybody likes dragons. Dragons are cool. I think like dragons, a bit like horses. Some people really like horses. Some people really like dragons.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's not so many dragon girls or boys
No.
as there are horse girls and boys.
Yeah. Well, I guess because dragons aren't real.
Well, it's been a bit of assumption there, Chad. I mean, I know you haven't seen one, but a lot of people believe in things they haven't seen.
I've spent 32 years on this earth, and I'm yet to see a dragon.
You just got to have faith, Chad.
That's
if you
right.
have faith, you'll find your dragon.
Yeah, and every time you say a fairy's not real, that one of them dies.
Nice one, mate.
See a Tinkerbell. Was it Julia Roberts who played Tinkerbell?
She didn't speak. Why would Julia Roberts play her? Did she speak? I don't know. Here's a deagle. Never mind, it's a scout.
Was it Julia Roberts?
Tinker, the original Peter Pan.
I think so.
She just shook her bum.
I don't think it's the original.
She just
I think
went
it's
like
the one with Robin Williams. I think that was just called
like
Pan.
a real life one.
Julia
Oh, that's the
Roberts.
deagle I was talking about.
Tinkerbell.
Solid form from Deha and tested up for more. There's Magic's his next victim. Okay, ENCE making this one costly and very well could convert. Now don't forget, the first 2 rounds have gone Spirit's way. These boys are forced into a deco. An armored deco, and OD is going to be a bit remiss to not have it connected that one. Chopper on the repeat could get him. Here he comes to swing. Nice find. Not quite done. Now it is. Spinks will take the AK for his hard work, and ENCE convert with the deagle armor.
I would like to know the way that Jason Moses O'Toole wants to categorize these games. Like, what type of a game is this for him? Because this is definitely the individual ability being put on show with some of these shots we're seeing here.
Eesh.
And it's messier Counter-Strike just due to the pace, but that's a big one for them to win on back. And confirmed Julia Roberts did play Tinkerbell in Hook.
Hook. Okay.
All right, well, the action's not going to stop here, so we'll save the Peter Pan facts for another day. AK's back out. AWP for Hades here, and working on a slower round this time. Magic's towards ramp. Mir and Chopper, who are currently could be in the sights of D-Hart. Little speculative movement.
Yeah, and Mir is a big fan of this. Like any sort of T side where you can just go somewhere, park him, and find impact when he sees fit. I'm thinking late banana lurks, I'm thinking yard, parked on red. Now, he'll be super far ahead of his whole team, so as these smokes arrive, he either accelerates or he goes further forward.
Oh, that's the deep smoke wall there, so he can use that to the nip on down secret or try and pivot in towards.
And he's so far ahead of the pack, like he gets to be this lovely little scouting party for their descent should they choose to. He hasn't actually opted to push the limits. Obviously the unknown. And just as it fades, no one catches a glimpse. Chopper can slink his way down as well. So we've got a full team down the secret steps. It's just SDY, to correct myself, who's late from lobby.
Dodo's very passive, right? So they're giving up vent control as well as the decon side, and you can see just how passive Dodo is. So they're almost foregoing the lower site so that he could be this element of surprise. So keep your eyes on the fin here.
This is his duel. That's what it's been waiting for. Mir. Ooh,
What a clear that was.
Tip of his head. Works it wonderfully. Hades in trouble now, and they might just pull the plug.
That's a hard one. Just one fight and you're saving, but it is the right call.
And a product of your setup. You even acknowledged that they were kind of giving them the site, hinging on Doto for impact, and ooh, bloody hell. Working with
shaken
some
there.
tiny angles, these boys.
Yeah, and I think for a while there, for a second I was like, Doto's a genius. This isn't bad at all, because when you creep up, you're more going to be focused on that window side. But Mia, just by showing the tippy top of his head there, baited out a reaction, got the information required, and was just able to slam him. Because Doto's spot, think about it with me, everybody at home for a second. When he's watching those stairs, he's hoping that somebody walks up, overextends, and then he can get them as they're clearing elsewhere, right? He is hoping that they are not looking exactly like that, but Mia, extremely diligent. So it's not an angle you see people playing too often. That's why it caught me off guard, but didn't catch Mia off guard by any means. And just to build a little bit more with what you were talking about with his presence outside, it's very electronic-esque, right? In the way that he does it on the T and the CT side. He's given a lot of space to enable him, so converting frags like that must feel like a little bit of a must. Saves weapons, so a gun round again here, but ENCE need to respond to keep things level.
So they're going to go to a top pop, it seems. SDY's lining up for another nade as well. Spinks going to be burning. I think he's safe on top. Oh, dropping into the flame though, and at this point, it's SDY that's the furthest forward. Now Doto knocks him for 6, and they're running out of players. He knows where you are, Hades, and will at least have a chance for the first. Dexter and Mir, 2 versus 5. First found as he maneuvers towards the Heaven reposition. Mir just needs to survive at this point. They've got plenty of time, and Dexter, should he arrive uncontested from that Hell and Heaven route.
Is anyone watching?
No, not right now.
Oh.
So Snappy should have no issues with that.
Yeah, that's not a bad spot to be Mustang to be watching Heaven from. Bit of an American call there. I guess Mustang doesn't even really exist anymore. Sources to left there, where right or wrong, but Mia from the hut cannot profit. Snappy picks up the final kill of the round. Even gets him an AK-47 for his trouble. So back and forth we go once more. And it wouldn't surprise me here to see Spirit go again. 4.3 on Chopper, 4.4 for Dexter. Magic's with 4.7, and well, there we go. They're starting to buy on in. Could definitely just keep the pressure on. How many eco rounds do you reckon we've had in this game? Probably a total of 2. Yeah. The rest have all felt like 4 spies, or at least they've had saved guns and upgrades.
Deagle Eco, I guess.
Yeah, that one, and then the one in the first half that Team Spirit had of a similar type round. I think those are the only ones that we would say are even close to that. Magic's making that look very mechanical with the smoke line up here, and this should be for the L block. We've also seen him throw out the diagonal, so I'll hold my breath till we see him hit the deck. Warehouse smoke confirms the L block in play.
D-her.
Toes.
Spotted out and eliminated. Mir exploits the gap they manufactured. Now forces Hades to post up for this. He's actually dropping a smoke to play around. Hoping that'll keep them delayed as he sweeps in for the right side clear. Oh, just as he looks away, but he will pay his price. Yeah, does very well to split the difference. Snappy through lobby. He's pushed all the way through ramp and has nothing to report. SDY is the unknown entity. Spinks could be caught out by this any moment. Just as he looks away, Chopper. And now SDY should have a free frag into the spine. Does catch Chopper beforehand. Snappy has such an element of surprise if they do off the top. Just a pixel angle. Good from Doto. Oh, he's lost Snappy though. And at 2 HP, he will just fall. Mir with a highly impactful round there.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations, if you're ENCE with Snappy, it may be in a best case he doesn't face and they let them a little bit deeper into the site, but the other rationale that you have to keep in mind is when it's that late, you don't want to lose track of them and then let them drop to the lower site. Now, this little gap just here on the L block smoke is something you guys need to be aware of if you want to throw this at home. So when we first saw these coming into vogue, it was, I think it was Blame F going against Tabson. Those two teams would have been big in complexity. We're using it quite a lot, and that gap was something that we've seen exploited before. Also saw Junior in the earlier map of the day, jumping on top of that big CT box to look over that wall. So there's lots of different ways that you can deal with it. Diha going to be a little bit upset he didn't keep his toes protected.
Yeah, that's very diligent as well. Look, boosting just to hold the aggressive yard line on red.
Yeah, well, I guess when they're like, hey guys, can we sit back and be safe, they're actually making sure.
Yeah, well, if I set on his head, he can't rush. That's true.
And hopefully you trade each other. Otherwise, the guy kills the guy on the bottom first, and then the top guy falls to his death just quickly after. Interesting smoke and exchange there from Hades. I guess the question mark now is he could be playing behind it. But needs to hit this shot. They know where he is. Light peppering there, but all in all, Team Spirit are across unscathed.
Chopper remains hidden, and the body of the assault descends. Diha for the info. Hades does eventually catch him on that mini roof. Diha gets the info. Darts up to play defensively. And swinging in. Nice headshot delivered. It's onto Snappy, and his MP9
Good
suited
cleanup
to the task. ENCE to equalize and keep the... This has been two teams just constantly trading blows.
Crazy.
What's like the largest
crazy
lead we've seen? I mean, it's been within 3 rounds max.
The largest lead, maybe the 3-1.
Yeah, yeah, it could be the 3-1.
Yeah, because otherwise it was 4-4, and then since it was 4-4, it's almost been back and forth the entire way. Both teams on their T side, the most they've done since 8 rounds of play is 2 consecutive. Since then, quite literally, back and forth. So this is crazy scenes.
So it could come down to the finances at the business end of this game.
And to be fair, if you're ENCE, the worst place that you want to be is on the receiving end of getting the CT-sided economy broken late, right? We're almost there right now. I guess the problem is more so the back and forth nature and neither team really wanting to concede because SDY's bought in again. Now, his teammates, they're all operating with quite little. The fact that he's force bought means that almost everybody else may as well go for the same. They're focusing in this conversation right now around what utility they want. So a MAC-10, a couple Tech-9s, Deagle, but the priorities that you should be looking towards are these smokes, these mollies, and the flashes. How do they want to use these? Because it makes a lot of sense to go for this force buy. ENCE have not built an economy yet. You can still keep them on the ropes, but you need a good call to go along with it. Another smoke wall towards Yard. This is all a bit of a ruse here. Mir, I think he's going to pivot in through main. They might go for a... Oh, dancing around the smokes. It looks like ramp. Okay, they're going to try and split lower here. Mir down secret, the rest with the ramp pressure.
Good timing on that smoke here from Hades. They'll have to disrespect it, and they will.
He's in a lot of trouble. He's going to get no man's land.
Oh, and his spray is good for 1. SDY using that Galil. The only real rifle for them to play with here on this force buy from Team Spirit. He was the one that kind of incited this team to purchase, so the fact he's got the first is a good sign. There he goes. Time to play with the Galil. Dexter equips it, and it's just snappy. No issues from him until Mir and his late arrival. He knows exactly what to do. Closing the gap. Double. Ready for them both. They do adjust swiftly, and now Choppers and the bomb. He doesn't have to rush this. He's got too many targets. They're jumping all over him. Doesn't have the bullets. ENCE will make it 12. And you saw the opportunities. Mir had a real opportunity there to pull it straight back into contention. But ENCE, they do edge away. That will be 2 in a row, 2 consecutive.
Here's a fun fact. That is the first back-to-back CT rounds that we have had since the 3rd round of play.
Really?
Yeah, take a look at that. That is the first consecutive CT round since the 3rd round of play.
That is correct.
That is crazy. All right, well, conceding.
Make it 3, Chad.
Yeah, because Team Spirit have to take a bit of a knee here, and they're just going to try for a top pop. Diha could farm with that.
Oh, those blocks felt very deadly. His MP9 was supposed to be singing.
Crisis averted. All right, all good, all good. It gets so sketchy. No matter what the guns are, these teams are keeping it back and forth. All right, well, the buy for Spirit's going to come on through. Dexter unable to buy an AWP. He was $50 short. It would have been a glass cannon. And at this stage of the game, as of right now, the loss bonus is only 2,900 for Spirit going into the next round. So they desperately require a plant here if they want to go for a buy. So 2 objectives. Winning the round is great. If they can't do that, they have to get that bomb down.
Dexter ahead of the util and tries his luck. Spinks says no. Get the hell out of my sight. Mir, however, working on his magic from main. His responsibility to house him here. There is a small window of opportunity. D has caught Chopper as well. Mir looking for
Very
revenge. And delivers it. He needs to respond. He's gone for the secret walker. Bombs aren't heading yard way, so he doesn't have to overextend, doesn't have to do too much with this. And wow, he does adjust swiftly. The element of surprise was all SD-wise, but Hades still catches him.
Yeah, that's crazy that he hung around as well because he knew that he would have to worry about the red push as well as... Oh, spotted. Mia, chance. And Spinks, nice shot from range. It's just Magic's to find and Spinks will finish him off. So a great round there. And that's 14. This is looking likely for ENCE to tie things up and close this one down. 14-11 for them. Because there was no plant, remember, the loss bonus not built enough. Without that extra cash money coming on through, it will just have to be another partial investment here, and that is likely to give ENCE their 15th round. Oh, it was spam from downrange too. It wasn't just a little tappy boy. Bit of a position Xertus there. Way to start this round. So Mir is continuing to be persistent yard. He's got across the secret with a kill and a rifle.
And Stefan always thrives in the chaos that Team Spirit can manufacture, and he's the first step in that already. Mir gives his teammate everything and every opportunity. The armored magics. Locking down the vent rotate. Has got Hades down in that depths of the site with 3 players here to deal with top. Here comes the top pop through the vents, through the squeak. Spinks does well, as does Doto, and they are falling, dropping like flies. That is a quick acquisition of 15 for ENCE. So just running away with it at the tail end here. We, like you said, hadn't seen consecutive CT rounds past 2 since the 3rd round of play. Now wrapping it up with what's been 5 in a row. Could it be 6 consecutive to wrap it all up and put a bow on it? They've got some funds to spare and a timeout to spare as well from this time Team Spirit. They're going to be catching their breath and thinking this one through.
Yeah, I need to have a conversation with only 1 remaining, only 1 round to lose, and it's all over Red Rover. May as well use what you've been given. No AWP again for Dexter here, and well, they've tried a couple of these Hail Mary attempts out towards the top site. Mixed success. When both teams are stringing together buys and you're either light on weaponry or you're light on utility, something's going to give. But now the ENCE have everything they need. They've got all the mollies, all the HEs, the smokes, the flashes. The guns are beautiful. There's a couple of AKs in play as well. The protocol utility will put a complete and utter stop to these faster maneuvers. We've seen the L block smoke get Mir through. We've seen the secret smokes helping him out. We've seen the diagonal wall as well. They have plenty of different looks with the yard smokes, but even when he gets that control, they're not able to profit too much success from it. Deep smoke towards yard. So this is a different look at the aggressive ramp play. SD-wise down. Hades changing the pace, and Spinks wants more.
Yo, going for some real hyper-aggression. Why not when you've got a couple of extra rounds to play with? And there's Chopper, booked by Spinks. They have to worry about the silo flank now. He's already evaporated. Dia going in for some more aggression.
Look at this.
ENCE just want to finish it right here and now, and I love it. What a flavor to finish. Is this the finish? It should be. Mir, however, making it competitive as best he can. Smoke is faded, and he surely will too. The lights fade out of his eyes as ENCE secure their map. Nuke. Convincing stuff towards the end there, wrapping it up. And Team Spirit, I think alarm bells are starting to ring. Already down in the dumps.